Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. So today we are back with Phantasy Star 3. So we took a week break from it last week, so I'd totally forgotten where I was up to. So I've had to read the walkthrough for about the last half an hour to remember where I was. This is the downside of taking a break from it. Also, I will sort out that hydrate now, since it's already been redeemed. Yeah, you were very quick on that hydrate redeem. Extremely quick.
One more!
Oh, sure, I mean, if Killing the Ass not here to do it, sure. Good to see his ale as well. Ah, yes, I was trying to avoid the boat trigger, wasn't I? Yeah, I forgot about that. I just wanted to see if it would actually work. But now you know, if you're quick enough, you can get it. So yeah, I think at the end of the last stream of this, I think we were just finishing off gearing Lena. I think we're done though with her. Yeah, so she's got 2 steel knives, so she is sorted, I think. Unless there's any armor she can actually wear. Let's see. Yeah, she could upgrade to a steel chest, so I should probably get that, because I am aware that we're apparently quite near the end of the first generation now, so I can only assume we're gonna have some kind of fight at the end, but I missed. So where do we get a steel chest from? So of course you have every steel armor going apart from the one I actually want. No, let's try the other town, because I know there's 2 towns right next to each other, so... I'm trying to remember, was there a way to just skip around this? I can't remember if there was a way through directly, or... I think there is. Hey, Picker. Maybe not. I like how they don't give you a way to get back through there. Like, come on. Right, no. For your transgression, you must now walk the entire perimeter of the castle again. I feel like I'm not strong enough to beat Shisaran. Yeah, we established that last time. So I think we just need to get this armor for Lena, and then we can probably advance the story, I think. The town's literally here, isn't it? I forgot that. I forgot they were right next to each other. Let's have a look at Lyle's distribution, because I know what text I like on him. I've been using Zan quite a lot, so I might invest a bit more into that. Okay, so to get more Zan, I need to lose Gra. Oh no, actually, I lose Su instead. And some Gra. Okay. We'll go with that for now. Okay, armor shop. And once we've got this, we'll press on with the story, because from what I can see on this walkthrough, it looks like there really isn't that much left of the first generation. Please have a steel vest. Or steel chest, that was it, wasn't it? So unfortunately, we don't have enough. So immediately right at the start of the stream, we're grinding. Who'd have thought? Yeah, actually I do remember, I was just like walking up and down here, wasn't I, last time, to grind for money for the daggers. So thankfully we only need just over 500, so it shouldn't take too long to get that. Once we've got that, then I think we're more or less equipped. Do need to check some of the other characters as well, though. I think Lyle came with pretty decent gear to begin with, so he might be okay. You actually do need to upgrade, actually, I think. So what armor do you use? Use a steel cape. So when is it advised me to actually upgrade gear? Because if I can advance the story a bit and do this on the way, then I will. If not, then I might have to grind here. Okay, there is a little bit more before we need to upgrade, so maybe we can just do that en route. I think it might be worth getting Lena the armor though, just because she is super weak at the minute, and it'll just help her survive. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get Lena the armor first. So yeah, I know I've said in the previous playthroughs that I wasn't sure if I was going to do more than one gen. I think because I didn't realise how close to the end we are, that there is a good chance that we might finish first gen today. How are you guys finding Phantasy Star 3 so far? Like, would you be up for me doing another generation? Oh, that helps. She leveled up as well. I'm asking because obviously if people aren't enjoying Phantasy Star 3, then it's less reason for me to continue going through. But if people are okay with it, if people are enjoying the game so far, then I'm cool doing another generation as well. It's kind of getting interesting, but like, yeah. First word that came to mind was passable. I only want to see another generation if you want to do another generation. So what I'm getting from chat is, for the love of God, get this over with. Only if the next generation character is as useless as Reese. It's rough. Am I liking the game? I like it more than I liked it at the start. I feel like it is getting better the more I go through it. I don't love it, but I don't think it's a terrible game. Again, I kind of feel harsh judging it because it is still only one generation that we're in. More than happy to watch this, but also really want to see you play Phantasy Star 4. think that's probably quite a common consensus, I imagine. I mean, honestly, I would probably keep playing this off stream anyway, just to see what happens, but I am generating some Doom, Richard, yet. You think I should continue? What we'll do is, if we do finish first generation today, we'll sort of take a consensus in chat and see what you guys think. I understand the why of the generations, but in execution it takes forever to get to the good stuff. It is a very slow game. Yeah, I was thinking we could do a poll, that's another option. I'm definitely at least finishing the first gen though, because I think I owe it to myself to at least play that much. Right, how are we doing for money? 454. Ah, it's not taking too long. The good thing is we are blasting through the fights now, so we are getting money a bit quicker. I've watched people grind levels in Dragon Quest 2, so this is way better in comparison. If it comes down to finish the generations or do Phantasy Star 4, it's going to be a unanimous decision. Nobody waves a spoon at you in Dragon Quest 2. Are we saying that's like the one positive thing to take away from this game? I mean, I've said it as I've been going through. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, but it is certainly not the highlight of the series. I also do feel like I can more or less just auto attack in the fights, and it kind of doesn't really matter. If you're going to play the game anyway, then at least stream it gives you content. I do appreciate watching you play it to see if it's worth picking up. The bad animations are kind of charming. That is a lot of enemies. What a shame we have Ren. Yeah, I mean, there is really no excuse in the animations. They are really bad. I guess there has to be a low point in the series somewhere. If only for the sake of understanding more PSO references, then I'd say it's worth it to finish the game for your own sake. Hi, Platinum. Yeah, man, I imagine, you know, if I said, you know, do you want me to finish this entire game or play Phantasy Star 4? I know people are probably just going to vote Phantasy Star 4. Yeah, I don't know how I feel personally about, like, dropping this after one generation. Kind of feels like I'm doing the game dirty. Right, how are we doing for money? 5, 7, 8, so a couple more fights maybe? Oh, thanks to the resub, Krabby, for 2 months. Much appreciated. Utilising the free Prime sub bar. Cheers, dude. Also, I have no idea why there's no audio like alert for Prime subs. For some reason, with Prime subs, you either don't get them or the alert will go off super delayed. It only seems to do it for Prime subs. It's really weird. Like normal Twitch subs, it'll alert straight away. I still don't get it. Yeah, exactly. That does work. I have no idea how they work. How many pennies do you get from me giving you that sub? From what I remember, I think it's treated the same as like a tier 1 Twitch sub on my end. Which I honestly can't remember how much a tier 1 sub is. I mean, I know they changed the price on it recently, so I can't remember how much that is now. I want to say it's somewhere around $5, but then obviously Amazon take a cut. It's somewhere around that, yeah. Obviously Amazon/Twitch take a cut from it. Be okay if you stop. There are only 5 fans of Phantasy Star 3 in the world, so you might only upset one person. I feel bad for Phantasy Star 3, man. I feel like I just haven't been paying attention to the fights at all, and it's just happening. Yeah, maybe after this we might have enough to get that armor. Repeating the same thing I know about the UI, man. Yeah, the UI is and will always be rough. Found a whole Phantasy Star 3 fan site the other day, which is charming. There are definitely fans of the game, and I can see why. You know, it is a charming game, honestly. It's just that you can kind of tell it was rushed. Right, let's get rid of all the poison again. Probably spend all the money getting rid of that. You know, if you do stop, then chat won't be able to go on about how the game's next bad animation or poor menu. Yeah, I expect that there won't be much to criticise in the next game. Yeah, God, there's definitely Phantasy Star 3 fans out there. I would say I'm one of them. I mean, I do like what I've played so far. Yeah, it's just, in comparison to the other games, it is rough. Is it coincidental that both of the third games in the series were critically panned? Oof, doesn't bode well for PSO 3 then, does it? Well, PSO 2, 3. Or I guess, yeah, PSO 3 it would be, unless you want to count NGS as PSO 3, which would track. Well, to be honest, even that's not too bad now, so... Yeah, again, name with that, I mean, on PSO Episode 3, I really don't see why it was panned. It was a really fun game, I thought. Is PSO 2 PSO 3? I mean, I think some people would argue that PSO 2 New Genesis is PSO 3, but it's literally called PSO 2 New Genesis, so I would say probably not. Yeah, it's probably just because it was a card game and people weren't into it, which I get, but... If Gen 1 is 4... what's it, Generation 2 and Generation 3 are much, much shorter than Gen 1, if that are all factors into your decision making. If Gen 1 is 4 parts, Gen 2 is only 2 parts. Okay. It just turned into my favourite. It's alright, we had the monthly NGS headline yesterday where they showed off what was coming out, and I thought I'd go and have a look at the YouTube comments on the video, on the official video after it dropped, and yeah, it's just the same complaints over and over again. I think you could literally write like a bingo card of complaints about NGS, look at the YouTube comments and just take it all off. It's the same every single month. PSO2 new Mega Drive. Ah, I see what you did there. There's an idea for a short. Well, just roasting the NGS YouTube comments. Hey, but I think Gen 2 and 3 combined are the same length as Gen 1. I mean, Gen 1 honestly didn't seem to be that long, honestly. NGS bingo. It is insane though reading some of the YouTube comments for NGS, because you can tell reading some of them that they haven't played the game for like 2 years. Okay, so I think everyone is fine, they're not poisoned. That took forever. Yeah, we'll just discuss an 8-bit about, because I think I'm quite close to the end of the first generation on this, so we're just kind of discussing whether I continue with this game after that or whether I jump to Phantasy Star 4. It's a really tough decision, honestly, for me. Right, where is the heal place? There's also the complainers who've never even played the game. Yeah. I think it's just become like a bit of a bandwagon thing where people just think it's like cool to trash an NGS. I mean, some of it is valid, obviously, but you know, there is a lot where it's just totally overblown. This generation to the halfway point. I think someone said there's 3 generations. But apparently 2 and 3 are shorter than Gen 1, so... Gen 1 to 3, just one playthrough, not doing the other routes, is about 17 hours total. 28 if you're doing all routes. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to probably just play through, get whatever routes I get, and then I'll either just YouTube, watch the other routes, I'll play through them off stream. I don't really want to subject people to doing every single route in the game as well. I'll definitely play through, at least through this Gen 1, and then we'll wait up from there. I mean, I am totally down for doing Gen 2 and 3, especially if they are shorter. Okay, can we finally get this armor? Okay, so I'll steal a chest. Have you figured out who's going to be your waifu? Not yet. I know there is a choice I've got to make at the end of like who to marry, but I don't know who the options are. I mean, I know obviously one of the options is it Maya? I think she's called. It's been that long since I've seen her. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the choice is. SectionSkyly 100% Phantasy Star 3 speedrun stream word. Okay, so I think that's the best she can get for now. Alright, I guess we can probably advance. We'll just check to see if we've got heals. Yeah, we've got a decent amount. The only patrician option is Mew. I mean, if Mew's an option, that's the option I'm taking. Well, there's probably some law against marrying an android, but, you know. Okay, we've got a few items. How are we for antidotes as well? Because everything in this game poisons. Lena could do with a few. Hair colour is passed down from the mother's side apparently, so pick your favourite colour. I like that, just decide based on fashion. Been enjoying you and watching you work your way through 3. It may feel a bit flat so far after the second one, but I think you should stick with it. I think that's one of the issues I had, I think because I played it straight after 2. it felt like a big step down initially. I do feel it is improving over time though, for sure. You really don't sell antidotes. Oh nice, you sell moon juice for 8,800. So we're just never using those ever. I guess we'll check the other town then. Can we marry Lyle? The man is 10 foot tall. His genetics are crazy. Yeah, that was definitely a decision, wasn't it, with the Lyle boss fight? I wonder why they decided to make his sprite so big. It's very weird. Please tell me that you have antidotes. Hi, Boink. Good. I long for the day when you can select multiple items at once. That would be very nice. Instead of having to do everything one at a time. On the topic of waifus you touched on earlier, can you procreate with a cast? I'm not sure, it's never really came up before. Yeah, I'd imagine the whole sort of point of the game of, you know, it being generational might be an issue if you decide to just elope with a cast. Maybe to have technology, you know. There's one way to know. Right, and we'll get a couple of monomates, and then we will head off. Probably shouldn't be playing too long-form RPGs back to back. I think it's just because I wanted to play through all the classic games, because I've never played through them before. But yeah, it is an issue. That's why I took a break from it last week. Okay, so where the hell are we going? So we need to go back on the boat and take the passageway back to Iridia. Okay. In the unofficial guidebook, the answer is no. The only things Mew cannot do is give birth and blink. It was so traumatizing for the cast that she decided to wait in a forest for 1,000 years. Right, so we need to go to... So we can rest in Hazardak if we need to, but we don't need to. So we need to go to the control tower. Which involves me remembering where the control tower is. Can anyone remember where the control tower is? Was it down here? They're really doing 13 damage to my entire party. I'm not a fan of that. Hi, Drac. Yeah, we've got the losing bee gem, yeah. Yeah, those birds on the right just decided to do like 13 damage to everyone. Never seen them before. Yeah, it's alright, we're winning now. Ren just solos everything. Was it not in a desert, or am I confused as well? Yeah, so we need to go to Iridia first. I think there's like the tunnel we've got to go through first to get to Iridia, and then a control tower is in Iridia somewhere, I think. I seem to remember. I could be wrong on this, but I think. Isn't it down here? Isn't there like a hidden part down here? Answers that then. I'm sure this is the right way. Hey, sorry being Star Trekking, no worries. We love Ren. We do love Ren. So I like how it says, go back to where you fixed the weather machine. I have no idea where that is. Let's get a map. Yeah, I am sorry for the music. There's nothing I can do. So the passageway, so it's the one between Aquatica and Iridia, I think. Yeah, that looks right. We are looking for the Phantasy Star in Elite Dangerous. Why am I expecting pipes as a parallax part of this map? The parallax has actually been totally fine in this so far. In Japan, Ren's name is Foreign, which makes another character's later name make a lot more sense. Ren type androids instead of Ren types. Okay. It's so weird with Phantasy Star, isn't it? How like the characters are like named completely differently across almost every game. Foreign, as in foreign. Sega learned that parallax is really great for the background. It is really great for the background. Not so much in the foreground blocking everything. That is one thing that 3 definitely does better than 2. Also, you found Algol in Elite Dangerous. Also, someone commented and said that the weird hanging battle it does sometimes after each turn, apparently that gets taken out if you increase the text speed. Okay, so I'm gonna go left here. Ren, do me a favour, shoot that guy at the back. You said 3 did something better than 2. It did. There's not many things it does better than 2, but that for sure. I'm still kind of impressed with how bad Lena is. And I'm assuming there's got to be a reason. But she just does seem very bad at the minute. It's really funny that the inside of the tower looks like a modern gaming PC. Yeah, it's got RGBs. We're back in classic NGS right now, moving to steer. I think at the minute we're going to Retem, I think. If you want to use NGS terminology. I really don't like this map. It's like, it's actually not that hard a map. It's just long. I like how it took 1 damage and the game was like, you're losing. Luna is bad because technically you should have already been at the boss, but it's fine. She's just meant to be a filler character. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like I've maybe over-leveled a bit, but like reading through the guide, it keeps telling me to get this specific gear, make sure you get this gear, make sure you get this gear. And it's taken me so many fights to get the gear that I've just leveled up. I will say Reese is hitting pretty hard now. It's about the only thing he's doing good. It should be south from here. I did survive Phantasy Star 2 dungeons. I did use maps. Yeah, I did not do that blind. I'm very glad about that because some of the end dungeons were a nightmare. Yeah, so far the dungeons in this have been a lot more simple, which I'm quite glad about. And from here, is it just left? Should just be left from here, I think. We did it. Okay, so we're in Matem again. So somehow we got through that entire tunnel with only 1 person poisoned, which for this game is an absolute miracle. So from here, I need to go to the control tower. Maybe do go into a town just to rest up first. No more biomalaise. I'm trying what the hardest dungeon is like. Do I think Biomalaise was the hardest dungeon, or do I think Phantasy Star 2 was? I think without guides, I think some of the Phantasy Star 2 dungeons might have been harder. Particularly the one with all the pitfalls near the end, Ikator. I think without a guide, that would have been near impossible. I think we need more pipes in front of the screen. We do, yeah. Okay, so I keep closing the menu to go to the map. Remember that the map is actually an item in this. I love the maps in this game. They tell you absolutely nothing. I'm pretty sure though that the town was at the end of this river. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one as well. Yeah, there is also one near the beginning as well where you have to kind of walk off the map. Yeah, that threw me off completely. I had no idea where to go. Okay, so if we just head south. I do wish we had a way of like fast teleporting to a town, but we're not there yet. Shoot, just give me all the fights. Like a Ryuka device, if only. Map created explicitly to sell strategy guides. I mean, you can see why people bought strategy guides and everything back in the day. Yeah, I think this is still very much from the era where people would, like, write the maps out. The battle music does not sound very battle-y. The battle music, so I don't know how much of the game you've seen before, Marcus, but it's, in the loosest terms possible, dynamic music. so it changes depending on how the battle's going. It's not great. I forgot about this dude. Or just let people buy repels like in Pokemon. Alright, you got a chance to flip us off at least. Okay, how are we doing for map? I'm not a huge fan of how the map works in this. I get why they do it this way, but... Okay, so south a little bit more and then west. Yeah, so this music that's playing at the minute, this is like the you're winning music. There's a few different variants of the music that plays depending on how the battle goes. It is cool that they're experimenting with that for this, but yeah, I don't think it worked particularly well for this game. I think, is that control tower? I think that was control tower, wasn't it? I think. Because I mean, Central Tower. I think it's called Control Towers. I can't remember honestly. I think what we'll do is we'll save it and then we'll go in. And now what I'll do is I'll look at the map for Control Tower and see if this matches. I think this is it though, I think. Control tower, right. Okay, so if I go up this path and there's stairs here, then it's control tower. I was going to go back to town heal, but honestly, we're here. I kind of feel I should just do it while I'm here, so I have to try and find it again. How did the next altered base level get into Phantasy Star III? Hi Remote, good to see you. Yeah, stream's going pretty well. I think we're getting near the end of the first generation of this game now, so... And you can just use Resta. Yeah, we'll use another one on Lyle as well. I actually forgot his name there, despite it being written on the screen. To who? What? Whomst? Yeah, it is quite keen on questioning you on everything you do. Okay, so if this is a control tower, there should be a staircase up here. Yeah. So this is control tower. Ah, yeah, I remember these guys. The altered base dino. It's something. Yeah, Drac, there's rats apparently everywhere. I think every single area in the game has had those rats in. Just to make sure you don't get poisoned. Or rather, you do get poisoned. You think the Delbites would eat them. Okay, so we need to go. It did look a bit like Barney, didn't it? Like a really cursed Barney. Or alternatively, Spyro the Dragon with brain damage here. So we need to go back to the weather control system, which is... Okay, so I basically just follow the path straight until there's a path down. Okay, that's pretty easy, actually. Don't you worry, there's one more variation of those rats, just in case you thought you were safe from them later in the game. Out of curiosity, do the later versions also poison? Also, I think those toad things poison as well, because why not? You are getting the plague, like it or not. Okay. I suspected as much. It's certainly a decision to have pretty much everything in the game do poison. It's on brand for the era we've regressed to. Okay, so it's not there. Yeah, that's the thing, like, the poison wouldn't be so bad if anti was actually good. I mean, I know you can make it good by investing into it, but then I think it comes at the expense of Resta. So you're either going to spam monomates or antidotes, one of them. At least we're getting decent money from this. Sparrow got cinched into a pink horror. Yeah, I played Warhammer, I know what that is. I really wish I could get off this music quicker, but... My dude used fight and did 6 damage. That's just depressing. Yeah, I will say the enemy designs in this game are wild. I mean, they were wild in 2, but it made a lot of sense in 2 because obviously a lot of them were like bio monsters. So, you know, it made more sense. This just seems weird for the sake of being weird. Okay, I think we're right at the minute. Okay, so this should lead to the weather control system. Yep. That's a lot of enemies. I do kind of feel like I'm cheating with Ren. Ren does seem incredibly overpowered. Yeah, and that is the music for you losing. Despite the fact I'm clearly winning. Mail cast confirmed. So they were broken from the very beginning. Okay, so we are at weather control. Now what? Go past it and ignore the first stairs. Eyeballs and random punk dudes do look out up as an attack area. Oh, that was the neutral theme, okay. I've probably heard the losing theme a few times. I recognise it if I hear it, but the neutral theme just sounds depressing. Okay, so we ignore those stairs. Go left into the last path. Neutral theme is like a preemptive funeral march. It is. It does actually sound like a funeral march. Now you've mentioned it. The losing thing sounds more frantic, usually plays when you get ambushed. I like how I waited until the very last enemy to think, actually, no, I think you're winning now. So I think it was ignore all the paths and go the last one, I think it was. Take the last path and going up that you come to, okay. That'll be that one. Yeah, the animations will never get old in this game. Ren appeared in a mobile game where his class is Hero Tank. Sounds on brand for him. I mean, it does look that way, yeah. The thing is, he feels like a tank, but also a DPS. So I think the reason we were doing this was also there's some new enemies. So yeah, I think the reason we were doing this is, if I remember correctly, in the last time we played this, we got told that apparently the moon was in the wrong place for some reason. There was no real explanation for why. But it was in the wrong place. Tanks do have huge cannons. Not wrong. Not wrong. Belina tried to kill something. Okay, that thing at the back is actually quite scary. That did 23 damage. Ren is the reason why casts aren't allowed to have text and PSO. You can't have massive damage, big HP, and text, and have the goal to call itself balanced. I suppose they are balanced. Just everything is equal. It's just that everything is way above normal. Again, somehow we only have one person poisoned, which actually amazes me. At least Hugh casts a fifth filter in damage-wise. Okay, this appears to be another machine. Has every MC in these games been a Humor? No wonder they nerf us. I mean, this guy's probably even worse than a Humor because he can't even use text at all. It's a plot by Dark Falls. As the Moonstone and the Moon Tear are placed in the panel, Dahlia, the purple moon, moves. So Ren, pretty soon we'll be able to cross the sea north of Shisoran to reach, is that Seal's Land or Sealer? My god, actual cutscene, sort of. Don't get too excited. I'm not sure why the moons appear to be revving. I'll enjoy that. That's where all the budget in the game went, I think. The funny thing is, it said that Dahlia moved back into position. There was clearly another moon there as well that also moved that we're just apparently not mentioning. This is the satellite control system. I was like we just knew what to do. Any Rick Seal in this game? We haven't really had any yet. We do have a female cast, but she uses text and claws. It's all a bit weird. Okay, so we now need to go back to Hazatak. Hopefully I have an escape. Please tell me I have one. Yes, thank God. I don't understand why the moon can move with the diesel engine either. I mean, they just sound like an engine. Yeah, there is literally a town in Kilniath called Hazatak. It's like Hazatak. Can I has attack? Cass can use text here, but some of our humans can't. Don't worry about the logistics and how it works. Yeah, we just don't question it. Okay, so we need to go back to, well, any town will do, honestly. How far are we from the nearest town? Not too bad, so basically just head west. Let's not mess with that. Yeah, it is a very strange game so far. I think so far, so my overall impression so far is it kind of just doesn't feel like a Phantasy Star game. Obviously, you've got some staples of Phantasy Star in the game, like, you know, you've got casts and things like that, but it just, I don't know, there's something about it, it just doesn't feel like a Phantasy Star to me. It's really weird. Orcs probably would make the moon move with the diesel engine. Well, they'd just imagine it moving and it would happen. Yeah, also only if it was painted red. Is the unicorn giant blue man as tall as Lyle? Well, I mean, you would think the giant sprite is probably about as big as Lyle's sprite, to be fair. Maybe they're normal size, everyone else is just tiny, you know? I will say, I'm getting a little bit tired of fighting these rats all the time. It's like every other fight now. The technology regression really makes this game feel disconnected from the other Phantasy Star games. That could be part of it. I think especially coming straight from Phantasy Star 2 as well. Obviously 2 is quite high tech. I mean, although there are elements of this that are high-tech, I mean, the passageways that we go through are clearly very high-tech, so there's obviously a lot more going on than meets the eye. We know Ren is about 7 feet tall. Lyle's overworld sprite is taller than Ren's, so we know that Lyle is at least taller than 7 foot. Wow, Lena actually killed something. Well done. Lena? I have no idea. I like how they're just throwing a rappy fight. In the grim darkness of the far future, there are only rats. It's not a snail, it's a nail. Yeah. Sorry, it's a very important distinction. Oh, this is Beat Boot Place, isn't it? Also, isn't this the bloody town that you can't get rid of poisoning? I'm sure this is the one where there's no NPC for getting rid of poison, which was very annoying. Long ago, 2 moons orbited our world. I don't remember you being here before. Long ago, Arachio took the Moonstone and the moon tier from the satellite system device. Once this was done, our 2 moons drifted apart. The control panel is on the 2nd floor of the weather control tower. Is it? At least actually told us where to go. I mean, I know we've done it already, but after you learn what's going on in the later generations, the technology regression makes a lot more sense. I am quite interested to see what the deal is with the technology in this, because there is clearly some remnants of like high technology. Yeah, so annoyingly, I don't think there is any way you can actually get rid of poison here, so you have to waste antidotes, which is very annoying. So, Reese and Mew. Good thing is they're only, I think, 10 Mazetta each, so it's not the end of the world. We've somehow got 1100 Mazetta. I don't know where that came from, but I'll take it. We do seem to be earning money a lot faster now, which is good. Give me all of your antidotes. I do wish there was a faster way of doing this, but here we are. I still think it's a scam that androids can get poisoned. Yeah, I think people who haven't played this probably think it's like overkill buying this many antidotes, but when you've seen how often you get poisoned in this game, this probably isn't enough. I do have save files at the start and end of each generation if you do want to do those in your own time, or if we decide to skip PS3 after this gen. Oh, cool. Yeah, I might take you up on that, just so I can check them out myself as well. I mean, I don't know how drastically different the storylines diverge, but we will get out of this shop in a minute. Okay, that should do for now. Okay, so where now? So now I need to go back to Aquatica. One thing I have realised with this game is there is a lot of backtracking. So I now need the map for the Aquatica Tunnel again. Which of course means travelling halfway across the map again to get to it. I do find it funny that they just didn't bother to change the towns in any of the regions, so despite this region being entirely desert, the town miraculously is not. Okay, so I think it was northeast from here, isn't it? Yeah, I remember it's on this like part of the map that looks like a sea. It's about here, I think. Okay, off we go again. Could it be a fight that actually doesn't have enemies that poison? It's AstroTurf, oh okay. Okay, how far are we over there? Basically have to keep checking the map over and over again to just check where your position is. I've actually gone a little bit too far, so we can just go north from here more or less. So yeah, annoyingly we do have to go back through the passageway again. I'm interested to see what other worlds we go to, because we've had a few different biomes in this generation. I'm going to assume there's more worlds. Okay, so what is that? So what we'll learn now is that the map actually makes no sense. Because according to the map, there's nothing in front of me. Despite the fact there clearly is. Oh, Lena is actually getting kills. I'm curious as to whether the walk speed mod does increase the encounter rate. I'm not sure. It feels like I get a lot of encounters, but that could just be how the game is naturally. It does feel quite encounter dense anyway, so maybe that's normal. You're really gonna give me the same fight 3 times in a row? It's like the only downside with Ren is that he's slow. So I'm pretty sure this is the passageway again. So this passageway is actually really simple, but I still get confused going through it. So it is up here. I got love it when Ren goes first though. It just takes out the entire front line. Hi Ellie, good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. We are just in the middle of backtracking in Phantasy Star III. So it's down here. Also, just while we're going through this, since we are just backtracking, just let you know the next episode of the podcast should be going live in about 2 weeks' time. So that again will be on Kathy's channel. But yeah, that'll be for the next NGS podcast. Sorry not been around much. Work's had me frazzled. Just ask Kilniath. No worries at all. I totally appreciate that. Floor hurts your eyes. It does like the RGB, and there is a lot to look at. Yeah, that is not the right way, so it's back through here, down here. First room on Max Taki for Del Rappy and a Heavenly Look. Yeah. Yeah, when I played a few days ago, I was trying to hunt a Pazuzu, and I managed to get a Del Rappy to show up straight away. But yeah, no sign of Pazuzu anywhere. But yeah, no worries at all, Ellie. You know, just drop by whenever you can. There's absolutely no obligation. Yeah, I know work can get crazy sometimes, so. I know my workplace yesterday sent out a briefing that said, you know, you're all getting a pay rise of like 3.5%. It was like, yeah, cool, you know, I'll take it. And the next day they're like, but we are doing some voluntary redundancies. So it's almost like those of you who survive can have the pay rise. Just spent the last day and a half in the Safari Zone in Pokemon Red hunting a Kangaskhan, 4% encounter rate, 6% catch rate. Got it a couple of hours ago. I remember spamming the Safari Zone in Pokemon Red. I think for me it was mainly trying to get a Scyther, I think it was. I remember Scyther being really like absolute pain to catch as well. I think was it Taurus as well? And maybe was it Chansey there as well, I think? Scyther is 1% encounter rate and 5% catch rate. Yeah, he's played a lot of Pokemon Red. Although I think the first time I played through it, I broke the game so much that I had to more or less restart it because I tried doing like all the bugs and everything, you know, like catching missing no and everything. Yeah, I did the Mew bug a bit later on. So when it launched on 3DS Virtual Console, I did the Mew bug on that just to test to see if it worked, and it did. Unfortunately, you couldn't transfer the Mew to like Pokemon Home. It detected that it wasn't like a legitly obtained Mew, so it was like, no. Okay, so we are back here, so we're in Aquatica. Now we need to head to Shisoran, but we now need to make sure everyone is fully upgraded apparently. So how far off that are we? Please don't tell me I've got to do tons of grinding. So we want ceramic armor and steel sword for Reese. Ceramic armor, steel sword, so he's fine. Steel claws, steel vest, and hunting ribbon for Mew. Okay, so we do need steel claws for Mew. We've already got the steel vest, so she just needs weapons. Ceramic shot, steel protector for Ren. Ceramic shot, and we've got a normal protector, so we can maybe go for a steel protector for him. Steel staves and a steel cape for Lyle. Those spheres on the map, they are... My understanding is that they're different biomes. I don't know if they're different planets. It hasn't totally explained how it works exactly, but there's obviously these tunnels between each one, so I think they're like sections of a planet, is my understanding so far. But yeah, so each of the spheres is basically a biome that you're on. But that's how the map works in this game. You just have to look at the sphere and the dot on the sphere and just work out where you are. Gotta go kill them Scrooge McRat. It's looking that way. Steel staves and steel cape. Oh, this isn't gonna be fun. He needs a lot of gear. And steel knives and steel chest for Lena we've already got. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately we do have to grind. It's very insistent that I grind here, so... I just wonder what the best place to grind is. Well, consider this. Palmo is destroyed, we're not in a desert, and we're not in a frozen world. Where else could we be? Yeah, it's strange because obviously at the start all the place names are totally different. So it's kind of it's given the impression so far that we're somewhere totally different, but there obviously has to be a link. I'm trying not to look into it too much so far. I want to sort of build up the picture a bit more. What kind of Phantasy Star is it without planets and spaceships? There might be planets and spaceships, we might just not have seen them yet. Okay, so we need to... Let's check this town first and just see what the weapons are here. Of course, Reese is poisoned. Yeah, there's definitely something going on because, like you said, there's no Disolians anywhere, there's no Mortavians. I do find it funny they went to the effort of doing a specific music track just for this area. Yeah, Marcus, this is probably one of the strangest Phantasy Star games to watch. I think for me, 1 and 2 feel a lot closer. So far, at least, anyway. There is plenty of time for this to change. Alright, so let's check the gear. It would have been nice if, you know, some of the towns did look different, but... Okay, so there's nothing there. That's quite early stuff, so we can ignore that. So it's probably the next town. Definitely a vibe to this. There is definitely a vibe. But yeah, it feels very, very different to 1 and 2. Right, let's hit this town first. So nothing there. I'm going to assume that all the best stuff is in Chisaran. Yeah, it must be the next town, I think. Yeah, I mean, after playing this for a while, I can definitely see why it wasn't as liked as 1 and 2, but I think it holds up reasonably well. I think it is clear it was rushed, but I think considering it was rushed, I think they did all right with it. Yeah, so was it a hunting ribbon we needed for Mew? Yeah, so we need that, so we'll buy that now because that's really cheap. Anything else here we need? We do need that steel protector, and we also need the steel cape as well. Okay, so steel protector for Ren. We could get the steel cape, but we'd have virtually no money left. So before we buy that, let's check the weapon shop. Just so I know what manner of grinding I'm going to have to do. I hope it's not too much, but okay, so we need 2 steel claws. That's 1,000 more or less. Oh. We need a steel staff. Yeah, so there is a bit of grinding, but we will get some money back from selling gear as well. So, as an example, how much would we get for selling one of those? 140 for each claw, okay. It's not too bad. So I think we do need to grind a bit, but not as much as I thought we'd have to. Gotta go. Did have fun. No worries, Marcus. Good to see you as well. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, this is a very, very weird game to drop in on that. I would say that if you're going to play the series, definitely start with the others. I mean, I'm hoping we can maybe finish Gen 1 today. I know there's not a whole lot left. We are very close now. I think if we didn't have to grind, then, you know, it'd probably be finished by now, but I think what we'll do is we will try and get this finished today if we can. Well, if it does lead you over to next week, then fine. But if we can finish it, that'd be really good. And then what I'll probably do is, once we do finish Gen 1, I'll probably do a poll on the Discord and just get people's opinions of what you want to do next, whether you want to do Gen 2 or whether you want to go into Phantasy Star 4. I may still go against the poll if I do end up wanting to continue this, but it's just so I can get an idea of what you guys think. I think my concern is that obviously this has been the first generation, so it's obviously essentially the early part of the game. And I think that a lot of JRPGs, the early part of the game is often one of the more boring parts, so I guess I see that maybe there's a potential for the Gen 2 and Gen 3 to be better. Lynn is really not contributing much at all at the minute. She's kind of there, but I feel like Reese is actually not too bad now. I mean, it still kind of sucks that all he can do is attack, but at least he does decent damage. It's so nice when Ren gets to go first when there's tons of enemies on the front line. It all comes together by the end. I think my enjoyment was hampered a bit with this as well, obviously because when I first started playing it, I was playing it more or less as is, so with the standard movement speed and everything, and that really does hurt the game a lot. Everything just takes forever to do. Also, I know for, particularly for 2 and 3, I know I've used guides quite a lot to get through them. I know a couple of people have said that for 4, it's a bit more linear. For anyone who's played 4 without spoiling anything, would you recommend just going into 4 blind? I don't mind doing things like using dungeon maps and things, but I'm just wondering if I like a better experience with 4 if I just go into all blind. Maybe with maps though for the dungeons, just so I don't spend like 3 hours on a stream getting lost. Full blind is best. It tells you where to go next. With directions usually. Okay. Yeah, I know a few people have said that 4 is like a lot more linear and a bit more forgiving for that. Right, we'll check the shops after this and see if we can afford anything. I kind of think that maybe we don't need everything, because we are fairly decent level. So what do we still need? Maybe an idea for you to actually wear the steel protector, you know, the one I just spent money on. That'd be a thought. Same for you as well. I'm sure I just bought you a ribbon as well that I just didn't wear. So I know Lyle potentially needs a steel cape. Four is a much more linear and signposted than the other games. It's really well thought out and designed. I'm really glad to hear that. I suppose that's one of the big criticisms of like the first 3 games. There really isn't much signposting. I mean, yeah, you do get a few NPCs now and again that will sort of give you a hint on where to go. And now and again in this, there's been NPCs that have told me where to go explicitly. So there's one guy that told me exactly where to go to Control Tower. Alright, let's buy the steel cape for Lyle. I need to sell something first. Recommend playing through 3 rather than speedrunning to 4 though. Yeah, there is part of me that's like, if I'm playing through the first gen of 3, I may as well do the rest of the game. It's just, on the flip side though, I also don't want to stream a lot more Phantasy Star 3 to get through the other generations if people aren't enjoying watching it. Because ultimately I'm here to stream it for you guys as well, so if people in chat aren't enjoying it, then I'd be less inclined to continue it. But if people like seeing 3, then I am fine to stick with it. And I'd probably still finish it off stream anyway, even if we did drop it. Okay, so steel clip is your torso item, so you can get rid of the garment. Full has great animation too. Oh, good. Yeah, I get the impression that a lot of the issues with 3 are just down to it being rushed. Okay, so we've got the armor for Lyle. So I think all we really need now is the claws for Mew, which are about 500 a piece, and her claws sell for 280 total, so yeah, we need a few more fights, but not too many. All the enemies and player characters are animated for it. Looks like a more detailed Phantasy Star 2. Oh, cool. I love the aesthetic of Phantasy Star 2, so if it's anything similar to that, I'm really, really happy. Okay, so let's do a couple more fights, get used some of these claws, and then we can push on, and hopefully we're just over an hour or so, so I think we might be able to finish this, possibly. I think that's one big downside with 3 is I do miss not having the player sprites on the screen. Like I really like that in Phantasy Star 2. Phantasy Star 4 doesn't have Cooley 61 or Cooley 61, so it's mid-tier at best. It's making me want to play through 3 again, especially as I can use multiple save states on your Mega SD, so they can experience the other routes far more easily. Yeah, that's the other thing, like Sega, I know it's decades late, but we do need to talk that you can only have, 2 save files, but there's more than 2 endings. I'm assuming that was maybe just down to cartridge space, possibly. I mean, I said it, I think, the last time I played this, but I'm generally not a massive JRPG player. I played a few when I was growing up, but they're not really a genre I put a lot of time into. And I'm having a reasonable time with this, honestly. They expected you to fight a man with a spoon for 10 hours to get to the generation. Yeah, not having the player sprites does suck. Again, whether that was down to space constraints, I'm not sure. I mean, it could have just been down to if the game was rushed, maybe they just didn't have time to do the sprites, maybe. Because some of the sprite work in this game is nice. I mean, the enemies are very, very weird, but the sprites look okay. The animation's terrible, but the actual sprites themselves look alright. Things like the portraits and the menus and stuff look okay. Yeah, I think those sprites there, for example, look fine. But it would have been nice to have battle sprites for your characters. Okay, so let's sell one of Mia's claws and get at least one of the claws. Okay, so let's buy one of those steel claws. We're almost broke again. Lena has started looking like Reese and thinking, is this guy really the main character? Okay, that was a big attack power increase, actually. So we get 140 for selling the other claw. We have essentially 200 there. So we are very close. Yeah, a couple more fights should be fine. This should be the last grinding though before the end of Gen 1. Goes much faster when Ren just starts to solo everything. Yeah, that new claw for me is doing a lot more damage, so they're definitely worth getting. We do technically need new staff for Lyle as well. But I'm almost thinking maybe we just go for the ends and just try it. Yeah, I mean, it has taken until pretty much the end of the first gen, but I think Reese is finally not the worst character. Lena really doesn't contribute much at all. She's leveling very fast though, so I'm assuming her leveling rate's quicker. Okay, we've got nearly 300. Okay, Lena does seem pretty quick. I was just surprised that she couldn't use techniques or anything as well. Okay, how are we looking? 355. A little more. It's quite interesting as well looking at the map, because there's clearly a lot of things on the map that we haven't interacted with at all. So there's been quite a lot of temples that we haven't gone in. There's these things that look like potentially airports or spaceports that we can't do anything with yet. So I'm assuming they're going to come into play later in the game. So it's kind of cool to see that. Alright, we'll do one more fight and then we'll go and check. And then hopefully we can finally move on. I'll have to try and find some old material for this game though and see if I can find any reviews or anything for it from the time. Because I think it'd be quite interesting looking to see how it was actually received. Again, of course, one person is poisoned. I think this NPC must be like the richest NPC in the whole of the game. I'm level 17, so I don't know if that's good or bad for this point, but... Right, so let's go to this weapon shop and try and get at least one claw. Selling antidotes like cough drops. That's a good point, actually. I wonder who's richer, the nurse who heals poison or the guy selling antidotes. So we've got 413. We would have just enough if we sold the existing claw. Is there anything else we can sell? So we'll be selling that anyway, so that'll take us to just about the money we need. Hopefully someone has something we can sell. I wonder whatever happened to Rolf. I think someone a few streams ago said that there was, I can't remember if it was a comic or something, that kind of explained what might happen. But yeah, the game kind of just leaves it up to interpretation. It really doesn't explain. Do we really have nothing else to sell? We must have. Okay, we do have, yeah, we have a knife and a garment we can get rid of. And that's not going to get as much, but it's something. So 470. Yeah, so the staff we need is also 760 as well. I might hold off on that though for now. If Reese showed up at Rolf's house, do you think he'd let him into the party? I'm not so sure. I think his first impression would be, why are you trying to imitate me? And then I don't think Rolf would be very impressed with him. So, what do you mean you can't use techniques? Okay, let's sell that for 140. Hopefully I haven't screwed this up. Okay, we have basically no money. But we are mostly geared now. The early 90s had nothing but blue-haired protagonists in JRPGs. It does feel that way. Okay, so now we've done that, where do we actually go? When ready, head to Shisoran and go through the castle to the other side. Do we have to go for the dungeon, or is there another way? No, we can go that way. Cool. I knew there was a gate to get out somewhere. Okay. Go to the small peninsula. Seen him in here? Oh. We have a bridge. Again, not really sure how you'd be expected to know that without a guide, but I guess it is just kind of poking out a little bit, but oh, okay. The enemies have beefed up slightly. I'm not really a big fan of that huge lizard, so that's gonna go. Yeah, suddenly dinosaurs. Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? There's always like really difficult enemies, and then just a rappy. Yeah, it really didn't seem that bad. I mean, it didn't really get to do much, but the lizard's small arms and hands make me uncomfortable. It's just channeling its inner T-Rex. Yeah, it was definitely a step up in fights, though. Yeah, we have a town. Yeah, also, yeah, the giant lizard attacks you by twitching a tiny part of its tail. Again, the effort that went into the animations on the monsters, not particularly great, really. That's an understatement. Okay, so we have another town, which unsurprisingly looks identical. Is anyone poisoned, just out of curiosity? Surprisingly not. Let's talk to some people. The people of... is it Seal? Or Sealer? Are insulted that you want the hand of Maya, our fair princess. Okay, so she's the princess of this town, okay. And they're not too keen on us being the prince, okay. Be gone. Rude. Better call Ren the Meteor because we're wiping out the dinosaurs on this island. I suppose we'll check this. I mean, we have no money, but sure. Yeah, maybe not. I'm going to assume you come back here later. Slightly too pricey for me, though. Just slightly. The guy's probably insulted with me rocking up with my 16 Rosetta. Yeah, 64,000, yeah. Bear in mind, I'm making about, what, 50 to 100 a fight at best? So you do still sell monomates and dimates, that's fine. Just save up. Yeah, it's like, hi guys, so today we're just going to do 3 hours of grinding, and then we'll do 3 hours of grinding for the next month, and then we might be able to afford one of the bits of gear. Lions should not marry despicable Iraqians. Wow. Luckily for you, Liar's law forbids killing. She was just going to shank me. Kill no living thing was Liar's last message. I mean, that seems reasonable, honestly. Anyone else to hurl abuse at me? I mean, I'm going to assume fountains are probably the key here. Getting shanked, at least you know it's not London. So I know everyone in this town apparently hates me, but can I... do you take my money? Yeah, this NPC just doesn't care. She's getting money, she's just not bothered. She'll just make sure the beds are slightly uncomfortable. It's the same as Arakior's law, word for word. I mean, it seems like a fairly reasonable thing to have in a law. Okay, so... So I'm assuming if it's anything like the last town, I'm guessing that leads to the castle, which obviously we can't go to yet. I'm going to assume because these all worship Lyre. We've been told before that the lion towns tend to hide monsters in fountains, so I'm going to assume they're going to do the same again, considering how many fountains we got. That looks terrifying. So I'm assuming it's just one big dungeon, but... Okay, so it's the third from the left, apparently. I'm going to assume they probably all lead to dead ends, the other ones. I'm going to save it here because I don't know what the monsters are going to be like. Yeah, maybe we do get actual money here. We defeat one monster and get like 60,000. So follow until you come to a fork. What on earth is that meant to be? There is a lot going on there. I can't even really make out what that's meant to be. I think it's a piece of algae. It's something. Maybe some cave moss, maybe. Okay, so go right at the fork. So nice of them to give me a free antidote. So what I'm getting is, maybe that wasn't the right pathway to go. Yeah, it's third from the left and I went third from the right. So this one? Been ambushed by algae. I still love the guys at the bottom are just called Glop. Those things at the back are called Blotter, which doesn't really clear up anything, honestly. Can I have a turn at some point? Thank you. Very kind. No, apparently we've got way a bit longer. We're actually getting beaten up a lot here, actually. We might actually die. Yeah, that's the losing music, isn't it? Yeah. I think because these guys can use Grat and hit everyone at once, it's really not nice. I'm getting thrashed by algae and some moldy rocks. The most dangerous enemies in the game so far. Okay, mute. What I'm going to need now is you to use Garesta. Ren took like 5 damage. Everyone else is like dying. Ren's just fine. Oh, Reese is actually dead. I was like, I just said he can no longer fight. It might be the first time someone's actually died. Thanks for the grass, Mew. A little late, but I appreciate the thought. Reese's party won, but Reese did not. Right, so we know where we're going now at least, but we need to go to the church and revive. This might be the first time I've had to do this, possibly. But at least you bring him back on full health, that helps. Yeah, also, how did Lena survive and Reese didn't? Makes no sense. Okay, so before we go in the big scary dungeon again. Okay, we go again. So it is this one. And we got ambushed straight away. Yeah, definitely stepped up the fights in here. I think we just attack, honestly. I would say Lena is almost dead, but Lena has almost no health anywhere, so... That's quite a lot of health. Yeah, we're actually getting quite a lot of experience, like 52 experience per fight. Yeah, I think everyone else is okay for now. Of course, the makers walk a huge long path. Yeah, the money's pretty good as well, yeah. So even if we can't get to the end, you know, at least we're making good money. Because technically we haven't upgraded Lyle all the way. We do still need to upgrade a staff, so I guess if we don't manage to get through this today, we can at least upgrade Lyle. Trying to save Lyle's TP a bit as well, just in case we need it. I also do like how, despite us getting all these new fights, we're still getting rats. Because God forbid we, you know, get a fight without them. Yeah, that is a super weird enemy. I still can't really exactly make out what it is. so I could do with healing Mew. Okay, so we're at the fork. Go right and then go up. Seems to be getting ambushed a lot as well. Lena is not in a good way. Hopefully Lena can survive until she can heal. Okay, she got the heal off, thankfully. I like how she's very fast until I want her to use an item, and then she's really slow. Unless items have like a speed penalty or something, but... yeah, those green things are really annoying. We actually surprised the monster this time, which is amazing. Yeah, mob fights like that one, that's fine. I do not like that fight at all. I'm thinking it might be worth trying to run from that, actually. Oh, thank God. Okay, so I now need a map for where I am, because this is really confusing now. Okay, so we want to go... It's right to the top. This is actually a huge troll map. If you go down that middle corridor, it basically takes you more or less right back to the start. Yeah, I think we get rented to take care of those, actually. So that frees up Reese for the back line. That went really nice, actually. So those using Grat is fine because they do 2 damage. I can take that. So I found that enemy design super weird. It's a lot to take in. I mean, talking about attack animations, the little guys at the front, literally all they do is just spin round. Or rather, just sort of rotate round in a circle. Okay, so I really don't want to take the wrong way here, so... Yeah, so again, it's a troll here, so if you go down there, there's nothing, it's a dead end. Unless there might be a chest, possibly? No, it's just a dead end. Similar to the Mole Monster. Seems to be just small and big monsters in this game. Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, even the humanoid enemies seem to be huge. Oh, don't do Gra. Yeah, still really struggling to tell what that is meant to be. I'm just going to assume it's just like algae or moss. Because I can't think of anything else it could be. The big monsters wave spoons at you and the small ones do a little dance. Yeah, that's like the entirety of Phantasy Star III so far. There is nothing else. Okay, so let's save that. You know when you feel a boss fight coming on? It's probably nothing else for the sake of programming convenience. I think a lot of things in this were probably done just for the sake of, you know, saving space on the cartridge, I'd imagine. Okay, so we're now in the castle. Monsters are harder here. But I can see that on the right looks like maybe Maya. like how we're in like what seems to be the last dungeon of this generation. We're still getting chirpers. Also, just give me that fight over and over again. I'm fine with that. Dryads. It's a new enemy at least. Okay, so they're very fast. Yeah, it is night time, yeah. Enemies are harder. Tell that to the rappy. Well, it is kind of a rappy. I mean, it's called a chirper, but come on. It's a rappy. It's literally one of the first enemies you fight in the game, but for some reason they keep showing up. But yeah, this is the first game that has rappies. Okay. That's an enemy. So Ren, you can just like shoot all of those at the front, and then we'll deal with Flex Bro at the back. Enemies in the front can either raise up and animate or move to the left and right and animate. There's no other options. Yeah, I do really like the rappy design in this game. Just the really chubby rappies. We like the fat rappies here. I like mid PSO as well. Oh my god, his animation is just flexing. He just does the peck flex. Is this a secret Chuaniki game? It feels like it. Well, maybe not quite as mental as a Chuaniki game. Also, Reese appears to be on pretty low health again, so let's sort that. It is a secret Chuaniki game. Well, he's back. Okay, I think I want Ren to attack the back line. They actually really hurt the flex guys. They're 18 damage just by flexing the pecs at it. That might be the best enemy animation in the game so far, possibly. I don't know what else I expected. I can't escape Chuaniki. Just replayed Delangre setting it as a secret Chuaniki level in it, and yes, it's just as insane. I've never played a Chuaniki game, but I've seen people play them, and they look like a fever dream. It makes his funny hat shine. Well, as long as he's happy. He is quite keen on showing up. I can't even tell what's meant to be going on with that enemy. I mean, there's like no bottom half of him. It kind of looks like it. I don't know, is the bottom half of him meant to be like a whirlwind or something? Or it's very weird. Arakio, yeah, we're going to build these things called androids to help protect our people from Liar, since we can't use techniques. Liar. Yeah, Liar took a different approach. We'll go with that. We'll just say a different approach. If you look closely, it looks like he's inside the floor. It could be. Maybe he's coming out the floor, possibly. It's kind of hard to tell. It is really making us go the long way. Liar may have been a little unhinged. Maybe just a little. Yeah, the floating torso enemy is amazing. Again, you know, enemy animation in this game, not a strong point. Rappy and his buddies ambush you. You think like the Rappy is like the ringleader. For all the times you beat them up at the start of the game, he's brought back up. Okay, can I go in the castle? Is that allowed? It is. Is it a biomonster? I have no idea. I was going to say, I didn't think the battles would stop as soon as we got in here. Can you stop? At least Phantasy Star II had an origin story for its wacky bug monsters. It did. Still don't really know what's going on with these enemies. I assume that they probably are connected to Liar in some way, but... yeah, there is no explanation for the Muscle Genie. I also like the idea of the leader of this place just being, you know, getting updates from his minions. It's like, sir, they've breached the last line of Muscle Genies. We do have a few heals left, so let's get them done. If we can give credit to Liar, she gave us Rappies and we can forgive her for that, yeah. All's forgiven. They're really keen on this encounter, aren't they? Have you tried poisoning them? That's actually a really good point. Have we had anything in this dungeon that's done poison yet? I mean, give it time, but... This could be the first place in the game that hasn't had poison. This is where we just immediately run into an enemy that poisons us, just to spite me. Okay, now we saw light, what looked like Maya at the west of the castle, I think it was, so I'm going to assume it's over here somewhere. The thing is, many of the monsters in Phantasy Star II only have a couple of frames of animation, but they had far more movement to them, not just the odd finger or flutter. Yeah, I think that's the issue, is that it's like a tiny part of the sprite that's animated. Or sometimes they'll just move the sprite. I mean, again, I'm assuming the reason was, you know, if the game was rushed, I'm guessing that it was just a way to speed up the development. I definitely think some amount of your enjoyment derives from playing it for an audience that'll give you commentary back. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think if I was just playing this myself, I think I'd maybe struggle to stick with it, but I'm having a reasonable amount of fun with it. But yeah, it's definitely easy talking in chat as well. We can at least poke fun at the game with you, and that makes it more fun. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, so there's the throne room there. So how do you actually get into there? Do we go down and round? Dude, please. Can you please stop showing up? I also like how the guy at the back is called Plops. Now, they have enough space to fit Cyclops in as a name, but they just went with Clops instead. Brought his sleeve with Vaseline. Things I never thought I'd hear in chat playing Phantasy Star, but here we are. Please tell me I can get this one good. You know, when the flex dude isn't there, kinda miss him. I'm not gonna lie. You don't glisten like that on your own, you certainly don't. So yeah, I have no idea how this is going to go at the end. We might not even be geared up enough, so we'll see. We'll save it just before. Trying to rise up from underneath a brick floor without lubrication, it's impossible. Lions should not marry despicable Arakians. Did you really have to ambush me here? Of all places? Yeah, we got him before he had a chance to flex. And I'm feeling targeted at the minute. It's been disgusting, the treatment I've been getting here. Okay, do we have... I'm trying to use monomates where I can, just try and avoid using Muse Techs. I like how he's just body blocking it. Hi. I'm the King of Seal. I'll show you how we handle Iraqian spies in my country. And he's also huge. So we got the king and his little harem of dryads. Hey, Snoochie. So let's get Ren to just take care of that immediately. And then this feels like an actual boss fight. So let's actually have Lyle use some techs for a change. He is also giving me a thumbs up, yeah. He looks like a very friendly chap, which goes against what he's just been acting like. Must be a lion thing. All lions must be giants. This will be slightly stronger ones, because they normally die in one shot from Ren. Oh, I don't like you doing 15 damage. Again, the animation, you know. Okay, so... I think... Just wondering whether to use Garesta. Being in the back row makes you huge. Well, you have to be so you stand out. Okay, so we got rid of his squad. So let's see how hard this boss is. It's only a fairly small heal, Garesta, but it's just to keep us topped up a little bit. Yeah, I also like that he doesn't move the hand with the staff to attack. He just violently thumbs ups at you instead. Oh, don't use Zan. Also, why is that always a king that we're fighting? Reminds me of the first game. Okay, so we maybe need another Garesta. That we definitely do. Okay, so Mew, I'm gonna need you to Garesta again. Never mind, he's dead. Well, again, that was rather anticlimactic. I yield to you, Reese. You are mighty indeed. I like how he's saying that Reese is mighty. as opposed to the rest of the party who literally carried everything else. Perhaps Lyle, my nephew, was right about you. You must now choose between Maya and Lena. I like how Lena just gets like thrown into the picture. It's like, so you come all this way to marry Maya. Or alternatively, you lose the skill of the enemies due to the lack of player sprites. Yeah, that was the boss of Gen 1. So far the boss fights, there's only been a couple anyway, but they've both been really easy. So yeah, it's a bit strange that we basically go through all of this to marry Lyra and get our bride back that we were literally about to marry at the start of the game. And all of a sudden it's like, or alternatively you could marry Lena. We've thought about that. Wed Maya and you shall become King of Seal. Yeah, you beat the guy and he says, choose a woman. Okay, so for Wed Maya we become the King of Seal. So we were the Prince of London, so it would be a promotion for us. Lena was originally Reese's fiance that he dumped for Maya. Ooh. Yeah, we can do that. We'll hear him out first, then we'll maybe do a chat poll on Twitch side, yeah, and we'll see. See what people think. Marry Lena and you shall become King of London. How does that work? Because I'm pretty sure at the start of the game, we got sent into the dungeons by the King of London. So how do we become king if the king is still there? Maybe I missed something there. So marry Lena and you shall be King of London and neighbouring Cetera. Oh, so we get 2 places. Hold on, if you cross Lena and Maya, you get Lyra. So we can go for the wife that we're about to wed at the start of the game and become king with 1 place, or we can take the other girl and get 2 places. Yeah, do we just like depose the old king? Is that how it works? Okay, let's do a poll if I can remember how to do it. Brown heads some with big attack power and no text, or blue heads some with mediocre attack and strength. Okay, let's run. I'm gonna do it as like a 1-minute vote, so the poll should be up. So it's all in your hands, chat. Do we marry the girl that we literally did the entire game to find again, or do we go back to who we were with before? Only you can decide this. Oh, it's almost done. Okay, and the result is Maya. Also, well done chat for making a decision and not making it 50-50. I'm proud of you. You're on the lane side yourself. You tried, Lena. I tried. Lena is the canon choice. Ooh. If you make Lena your bride, this whole generation was pointless. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, marry Lena, thereby making the first half of the game entirely pointless. You can save scum and choose Lena afterwards, can you? Sort of. So basically who I pick here depends on the child you get for the next generation, which depends on what character you get for the next gen. So I can see another vote on YouTube side for Maya. There was one for Lena as well. I think Maya has just edged it. So even if it's not the canon ending, I guess we're going with Maya. I generally don't know who I would pick if I was choosing myself. Any choice you make means you have to play Phantasy Star 3, so you know. So is what he says, they're both bad choices. Yeah, we'll go with Maya then, sure. I will marry Maya. R.I.P. Canon. Sorry, Lady, you got dumped by some rando. I renounce my claim to Landon's throne and choose to become your husband, Maya. I bet Lena is like, I've just been helping you get here. You absolute scumlord. And I shall be your wife and queen. Together we will rule the fair land of Seal. After many adventures, Reese at last found Maya. Oh, an actual art. Reese became king of the peaceful land of Seal. Is it just me, or does Maya in that art, I mean, I know it's like very low res, but does Maya in that art not look particularly happy? She's like, oh shit, I didn't think you'd actually choose me. Maya gave birth to a son and they named him whatever that is. Is that Ein? Who knows? How would you pronounce that, chat? And Reese never went home and told his dad where he went or how he was, and he is presumed dead. Also, there is absolutely no character interaction with Lena. I like how I asked for the pronunciation, you just wrote the name. I have no idea. Ein. Like Kane, okay, so Ein. This is the story of Prince Ein of Seal. Yeah, it's a good point, Pick. You don't really speak to Lena much at all, really, do you? So it's kind of hard to sort of build up any kind of interaction at all with her and get to know the character. Although I suppose you could say the same about Maya to an extent, because you only really see her at the start of the game, and then she gets abducted. After 15 years of peace, war once again came. Hail King Reese, Queen Maya, and Prince Ein. Yeah, you get Lena right at the start of the game when she breaks you out the dungeon. Cyborgs are attacking our lands. That's not good. The vile cyborgs are beating all our monsters. I mean, to be fair, our monsters were basically just dudes flexing, so I'm kind of not surprised. She broke you out of timeout. This generation is doomed. You know, like Generation of Doom. See what we did there. Meanwhile, Mew and Ren are just cool with serving lions, yeah. You know, easily convinced. At least Maya was your objective choice from the start. My lord, King Lyle of Shisoran begs for help. Okay, so Lyle becomes the king. If I had to guess... Yeah, I mean, that makes sense that he was king because he was prince when we met him. Yeah, that makes total sense. Oh my god, the Tash. In. I was afraid war would come again. Like, in, I may have made a terrible decision. It's all for you to sort out now. Now you must venture forth on a vital quest. I also like how Ayn seems to look pretty much identical to Reese, just with even lighter hair. Legends of Satellite say it is a place of peace. I think we'll need a sanctuary very soon. I'm getting the impression this isn't translated particularly well. Remember the moustache. Take Mew and Ren and find this satellite. Oh wow, we just get them straight away. Alright, go and find this satellite. I know nothing about it, but go and find it anyway. Hurry back, I don't know how long we have. But Dad, I don't want to go. Oh, well, really? So Ren and Mew keep their stats from the previous gen? I mean, it makes sense because it is the same androids, I'm assuming. Yeah, they keep all the same gear. Yeah, have my overpowered androids, son. Okay, so he has the gear that Reese had last time. I literally almost forgot the name of the main character from the previous gen there. That's how memorable he was. Yeah, that's a really good point, isn't it? Surely you could just give good gear to the casts and then pick it up on the next gen. Yeah, Ains kept his gear. I mean, I suppose maybe you lose Lyle's gear unless you get him back again, but I imagine he's quite old now as well. Let's just go and talk to Dad again. Look for satellite, my son. Dad, has anyone ever told you that your messages are really not clear and you really need to explain what you want me to do? This land must be saved. Hurry, Ayn. But Ayn, I will remember it's Ayn. Ayn has text that makes him a vastly better unit than Reese. He actually does, yeah. What text do you have? We have another Resta user? Wow. It's like a whole new game. Sack the translation team, wait, too late. Yeah, also, Maya hasn't aged at all. Why am I getting like a horrible feeling that that was a bad decision to wed her? I mean, you know, bear in mind she did just like rock up on a beach one day from seemingly nowhere. Also, Dad, could we not have remodeled the castle to make it a bit easier to get around? You are a unique NPC. All tales tell of a satellite of true peace. Only the chosen ones can dwell there. Everyone really loves being cryptic around here, don't they? How tall is Ern? Well, again, if we established earlier that Ren is 7 foot tall, then God only knows. Armies of robots are surrounding our castle. That's not good. Seems remarkably calm, considering. Well, we'll talk to people here and then we'll probably wrap up there, I think. Satellite is a place of peace, or so I hear. Find Satellite and save us all, Prince Ern. How do all these random people know about this satellite? I've never heard of it before this. I wonder if Lyle's kingdom has already fallen into the hands of our enemies. Anyone else got some pearls of wisdom for me? Our fate is in your hands, Prince Ern. Is that it? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, so I think we'll probably end there for today, I think. So we got through Gen 1. I think I'll maybe do a poll on the Discord and see what people's general overall opinion is regarding going on. For the most part, I'm fine continuing this, but I also don't want to continue streaming it if people don't enjoy Phantasy Star 3. So I'll do a poll in the Discord. Like I say, I'm not going to necessarily 100% go with the results. I just want a kind of a general consensus of what you guys are feeling for the Phantasy Star 3 playthrough so far. So, and then I'll base it judged on that, really. So weird seeing this at 2 arm speed because this is just the default speed in Phantasy Star 4. I can't wait. But yeah, we'll end that there for today. Again, thanks for everyone for sticking with the playthrough as well. We'll be streaming again on Sunday. I think this Sunday we're going to do Phantasy Star 0 multiplayer Eternal Tower mod, so that should be really fun, hopefully. And then next Wednesday we'll pick up with either Phantasy Star 3 or something else, depending on what the results are. But yeah, we'll end up there. As always, if you enjoyed the stream, consider the usual, like and subscribing. Join us as a member if you want to. Again, X, Bluesky, anywhere else. Discord as well, if you want to join over there, feel free. There'll be a link in the description. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the Phantasy Star 3 Gen 1 playthrough anyway. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for the next stream. So whatever you're doing, have a good week, and I'll see you then. See you guys.